Good morning, I'm Amar Singh Pradhan. Let's begin with the top stories this hour. Last hour rush visible bypassing procedures to meet the deadline of formulating laws as provisioned by the Constitution. The trend likely to set wrong precedents. Home Minister informs the Parliament that investigation is in its final stage in the infamous rape and killing of Kantipur's 13-year-old Nirmala Pant, CIB under flag for faulty investigation. 5 people killed as Florence mauls the US East Coast. Super Typhoon Mangkhut hammer northern coast of Philippines with strong winds and heavy rain. And the 14th edition of Asia Cup kicks off today in UAE, Sri Lanka taking on Bangladesh in the inaugural encounter. Let's begin with latest national political updates. All the regulations regarding fundamental rights of the people as governed by the Constitution need to be formulated by the 18th of September. A last-hour rush is now visible bypassing procedures to meet the deadline of formulating laws. This has led to speculations that wrong precedents would be set for formulating rules and regulations. When the House session was underway at the Parliament House in Baneshwar yesterday, the meeting of parliamentary committees was taking place simultaneously at Singdarbar. Usually, during the time of parliamentary sessions, the meetings of parliamentary committees are avoided. However, many rules have been overlooked to meet the deadline of September 18. Due to the last-hour rush, the House session has been called for today as well, while the National Assembly meeting was held twice yesterday. The Federal Parliamentary Secretariat is now facing a race against time to furnish the laws. Even as the sovereign parliament can bypass procedures as per need, but the parliament is throwing the dice, which was only used in special cases only because the 3 years of time since the promulgation of the Constitution was not well utilized. Some 21 laws regarding basic rights of the people are currently under consideration at the Parliament. The government has informed the Parliament that investigation is in its final stage in the infamous rape and killing of Kantipur's 13-year-old Nirmala Pant. But the government's briefing has come some 50 days after the gruesome incident took place. The government version has come at a time when the pressure has intensified from all quarters, including the lawmakers, to book the guilty. Following intense lobbying by the lawmakers regarding the case, Home Minister Rambahadur Thapa reached the Parliament yesterday to brief on the investigation carried out so far. Nepal police found itself in the receiving end after it was revealed that the initial police investigation was faulty. The lawmakers, however, were not satisfied by the Home Minister Thapa's clarification. They said that member of the investigating committee first resigning and joining the committee again was quite mysterious. They also objected to the remarks made by Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli regarding the case, citing that PM's statement could hamper the investigation process. Home Minister Thapa responded to the lawmakers' queries, saying the perpetrators will be booked at the earliest. Following massive differences of opinion among leaders from province, district and other local organizations, the 2 joint chairpersons of Nepal Communist Party have been assigned with the responsibility of power sharing in the party. The co-chairman duo of KP Sharma Oli and Pushpa Kamal Dahal will present the final recommendation to the party's standing committee. Following dispute among the task force committee members who were assigned for a balanced power sharing between the former CPNUML and Mao Center, the 2 chairmen have been handed the responsibility of the final decision. The task force from all the 7 provinces were told to complete the power sharing by mid-September. However, with continuous differences among the party cadres, the issue has now reached the 2 chairmen.
Public voice.
पहिले घुस लिने भनेको चाहिँ त्यो नापीमा काम गर्नेहरू हो, लेखनदासहरू 2000 मा काम गर्छ अनि भन्छ कि 2000 यताको भयो अनि 2500 त्यहाँ 3000 त्यहाँ 3000 त्यहाँ भनेर सानो काममा पनि 10000 भन्दा बढी लगाइदिन्छ।
7 दिन लागिसक्यो। 7 दिनमा भने अब सर किन काम भएन? यो पुगेन त्यो पुगेन कहाँबाट पुग्छ पैसाबाट सबै थोक पुगिहाल्छ तर कागजले केही हुँदैन।
5 रुपैयाँको सामानको 10 रुपैयाँ दिनुपर्छ भनेर भन्छ। अब जाँदा तेरो कामै हुँदैन भनेर भन्छ।
कर्मचारीले घुस खान्छ, उनीहरुलाई कारबाही गर्नुपर्छ, उनीहरुलाई नोकरीबाट बर्खास्त गर्नुपर्छ। अनि चाहिँ अर्को कर्मचारी चाहिँ घुस खादैन अनि जनताको काम
इजीसँग हुन्छ।
निगरानी गर्यो भने समात्यो भने त्यो रुक्न सक्छ। जबसम्म त्यो खुला छुट रहन्छ भने कहिले पनि रुक्दैन।
कागजधरी लुकाइदिन्छ अनि भन्छ तपाईँको कागजै छैन, रेकर्डमा यो छैन त्यो छैन, त्यही पैसा दिएपछि फेरि त्यो कागज फेला पर्छ। त्यतिसम्मको यिनीहरूले लापरवाही गर्छ।
And it's now time for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with their opinion.
Public Pulse.
And the question is, what's your take on the reluctance of transport operators to open advanced ticket booking for the sign? And your options are: option A, outcome of syndicate removal; option B, lack of coordination; and option C, helpless government. The voting for that question is on. Type any WS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. And time for sports update.
Sports news.
The 14th edition of the Asia Cup is to kick off today in United Arab Emirates. Bangladesh and Sri Lanka are set to clash in the tournament's inaugural match that is to be held at the Dubai International Cricket Stadium. The match between Bangladesh and Sri Lanka is slated for a 5 p.m. Nepal time kickoff. The two teams are in Group B alongside Afghanistan. Likewise, top contenders of the tournament, India and Pakistan, are placed in Group A alongside Hong Kong. It may be recalled that after poor performance at the qualifiers, Nepal failed to grab the opportunity to play against cricket giants India and Pakistan. Hong Kong had booked its place in the finals, defeating Asia Cup host nation UAE in the qualifiers. Hong Kong will play its first match against Pakistan tomorrow. At a pre-match conference earlier, Hong Kong's captain Angsuman Rath said his team is prepared to make a mark in the international platform. However, all eyes are upon the match between defending champions India and Pakistan that is slated for the 19th of September. Despite playing without key players Neymar and Kylian Mbappe, Paris Saint-Germain produced a 4-0 victory over Saint-Étienne. While the team rested Neymar and Mbappe could not play because of match suspension, PSG took its lead in the 22nd minute with Julian Draxler's header. Edison Cavani doubled the lead shortly into the second half, while Angel Di Maria gave PSG its third goal in the 76th minute. Moussa Diaby sealed the 4-0 score as PSG managed to maintain a perfect Ligue 1 record with 5 consecutive victories. The win has also boosted PSG's form and morale ahead of their first Champions League encounter against Liverpool at Anfield next Tuesday. And back to national cricket, Nepal suffered their second consecutive defeat in the Under-19 Championship being played in India. Along with Nepal, the tournament features 2 teams from India and 1 from Afghanistan. The Indian A team crossed Nepal by 8 wickets in a match played yesterday. In the match played at Ikhana International Ground in Lucknow, Nepal, batting first, was bowled out for 156 runs in 45.5 overs. There were 3 notable contributions with the bat for Nepal. Sandeep Johra top scored with 66 runs, while Titra Rajdas contributed 46 runs. Bhim Sarki chipped in with 28 runs. Nepal at one stage looked headed for a competitive total, but lost that last 6 wickets only for 50 runs to present a below par total. In reply, the Indian A team romped home, losing only 2 wickets in the 25th over. YV Rathore top scored for India with an unbeaten 59 runs. Anuj Rawat scored 47 runs, while Prasvismran contributed 46 runs for the Indian A side. Prior to this, Nepal had lost to India on the 19B team. And here's a look at the top stories one more time. A last hour rush visible bypassing procedures to meet the deadline of formulating laws as provisioned by the Constitution. The train likely to set wrong precedents. Home Minister informed the Parliament that investigation is in its final stage in the infamous rape and killing of Kantipur's 13-year-old Nirmala Pant, CIB under flag for faulty investigation. 5 people killed as Florence mauls the U.S. East Coast super typhoon Mangkhut hammer northern coast of the Philippines with strong winds and heavy rain. And the 14th edition of Asia Cup kicks off today in UAE. Sri Lanka taking on Bangladesh in the inaugural encounter later today. And those were the latest headlines. Our next English bulletin will be at 11 a.m. Stay with us for more news and entertainment on KTV SD. Good day.